Well, welcome back to the Bushcraft cabin build, and I'm really looking forward to today. It's going to be one of those ones where I've done all the wood prep and now I really want to get building. So really looking forward to it. It's going to be great seeing the sort of structure sort of grow. But what I wanted to do to start with, just before we actually start the hard work, was I just want to go through with you some of the tools that I'm going to be using, because this is going to be a very much a minimalistic tools. It's all going to be hand tools, etc. as well. So let's have a look at it. We'll go through each individual item and then we'll get cracking straight on with the work. So these are the tools I'm going to be using. So I've got the Boreal 21 saw, which I've been using for years, and I just absolutely love it. So good, so sharp, etc. I'm then going to be using a draw knife just to sort of flatten off the notches itself, as well as using the axe. I will also have the, I've got the Baco Laplander, which I'm going to be using for marking out the notches for where I'm being to cut. I've then got the TBS bore knife, and that's going to be for actually wedging out the wee sections once I've cut them. I've also got the Scotch augers, and I'll be using them for drill holes and using sort of doweling that I've been whittling. And then for measuring, I've just got a standard tape measure, and then the measurement there, which is just going to be making sure that everything's actually square. And that's it. It's going to be a case of that. The only other thing, come to think of it, is I am hopefully still going to be using, one of the things I had in the other video was a fence post drill. So hopefully I'm going to be using that on a couple of sections just for the roof. But let's get straight into it and we'll get building straight away. Okay, so that's the first few sections on. That is so exciting to actually sort of see it. It is actually quite a bit harder than maybe I thought it was going to be. Again, what I was sort of maybe finding, I wasn't quite cutting down sort of deep enough, and then I was having to take it back up and then draw knife again. But so that's the first section on, so really pleased. So let's get cracking and we'll get the next layer set up. I think this technique is going to work. I've not seen it before, but I thought I'd give it a wee try. And this is fundamentally what I was wanting to do in the first place when I was trying to do the drilling with the fence post. And the idea was that they were actually going to be the same thickness of this, supported all the way around. But I said, this seems to be holding everything in place, so it now makes it just an awful lot easier to get measuring. So let's get that side of things sorted, and then we'll get cutting. So one of the other challenges is just making sure that the two notches that are actually cut out are exactly the same sort of level. So I don't want to have it so that one sort of that way and the other one's that way. So you've got to make sure that the two of them are sort of flat on. Let's get cutting. So I'm just actually having a wee rest just now. That is incredibly hard on the back. So just having a little chill, get some drink in me as well, just so I can keep myself rehydrated. But it is incredibly hard work, and I'm under no illusion that it's going to be incredibly hard work, especially doing it with just a normal saw. Easiest thing in the world to have done would have been got one of those little chainsaws, but I really want to do everything just by hand. So there's no rush. That's the main thing about it. So hopefully enjoying it. You know, I'm not rushing through anything. I'm just taking my time, and I'm just making sure everything's accurate. So as I said, I'm losing a lot of light just now, though. What I am probably going to do is work off into the dark, just so I can actually get as much done today as possible. So I'm not only wanting to get the next row up, but I'm also wanting to drill. I'm planning on a swivel door, so it's basically like a beam with a dowling at the bottom and top. So for me to do that, I need to actually drill the hole today. If not, as soon as I start drilling the wall up, I won't be able to get close enough with a Scotch auger to be able to drill the hole. And again, with the likes of the roof struts, I'd like to be able to sort of drill down and see if I can try and get the holes made for the stanchions themselves. But as I said, I'm just going to work away, but I've got a really nice night planned. It's so excited. I won't go into it just now, but I will tell you later on what's actually happening. So I've got a really nice night. So I'm in the Coco Nest again, so I've got the hot tent, I've got the wood burner. So it's going to be really warm. It is going down to -4, -5 tonight, so it is going to be chilly. But I just love it. Hopefully get a wee bit of snow. That would be absolutely fantastic. But as I said, just having a little chill out just now, and then I'll hook up with you. Well, that's me going to call it a day for today. That's been really good fun. It does seem to take an awful long time. Sometimes even just sort of like, you think you've got the measurement right, you put them together and they're maybe a centimetre, 2 centimetre out. You have to do the draw knife again. So it does seem to take quite a long time, but as I said, I'm not rushing this. This is literally just going to take as long as it takes. You know, so it is really therapeutic. It's really enjoyable, just so relaxing. But as I said, I'm going to call it a day today from the building, head over to the shelter just now. As I said, I've got this really exciting thing later on, which I will go into in a wee bit. And as I said, I've actually scrimped on dinner just to be able to focus on what this is later on. So as I said, I'm going to head back to the camp just now, chill out for a little bit, and then I'll hook up with you. Well, that's me in the shelter, and I think it might be snowing outside. So we'll check it out later on just to sort of see. The snow is forecast. And it's meant to be going down, I think I'd said earlier on, to -4 tonight. But there's meant to be snow for a couple of hours tonight, and then tomorrow morning from about 7 o'clock till about 10 o'clock. Would be nice. I really do love the snow, and it would be nice working in the snow as well, but we'll see how we go. But tonight, it's going to be first beer. Now, basically what's happening, the exciting thing that I'm doing is I'm Scottish, and Scotland are playing in the World Cup qualifiers tonight. Big game. Basically, if we win tonight, we qualify. So it is going to be a real exciting game. So very much looking forward to it. So as I said, just going to chill out just now for a little bit, and then I'm going to get dinner on, sort of get myself all hooked up and ready and warm. Get the wood burner on for the football itself. So really nervous. So as I said, just going to start this, and then what we'll do is we'll hook up. So it's just a brew dog, just one of my favourites. Generally, whenever I go camping, whether it's in the mountains or whatever. Cheers. Catch up with you later.
Doak's night is done. Scotland can see this through, and there's a heck of a long way to go. He has had that impact on the match. Kenny McLean, beyond for cap number 54. The age of 33 now. Steve Gardner and Irvin down there. It's a real hush for a camp.
Yeah, I mean, normally if someone's feeling a muscle, then most of the time you see them walk off the pitch. The fact it's been stretchered off will tell you that it's not just tight.
Okay, so the good news is Scotland are 1 up. So it's been a really good game so far. But I said, really hungry, so I'm just going to finish this off and then watch the rest of the game, and then it'll be a case I head to bed. But I'll catch up with you just before I head to bed. But no, absolutely boiling in here. But it's -4 outside. So just as well it does have the wood burner in here today. Perfect hot temp weather. Well, what can I say? That has been an absolutely amazing evening. So Scotland won, and we've qualified for the World Cup. So I'm going to have another wee beer just before I head to bed. But that's been absolutely lovely. Just sat in front of the fire, drinking a beer, watching the football. So barring any incident, I'll see you all in the morning. Well, good morning from a rather wintry camp. That was such a good night last night, it really was. As I said before I went to bed, just being able to sort of sit, watch the football, absolutely fantastic and a great result for Scotland. But it was freezing last night, it was really cold, -5 it went down to. And only sort of woke up once feeling a little bit cold in my chest area, so it sort of hunkered back down again underneath the covers. But apart from that, perfectly okay. Just put the wood burner on, gonna have some breakfast just now, and then get straight over to camp and get working. And try and see, I want to try and see if at least if I can put another 2 on. But I'm a little bit restricted on time today. I want to make sure I get home in a reasonable hour. But this is just lovely, sort of sitting, chilling out. It's freezing cold out there, but nice and warm inside. So as I said, just gonna have a coffee and then a couple of eggs. I am expecting quite a lot of snow today as well, so it's going to be quite interesting sort of working in the snow and sort of see how we go. So once I've had my breakfast, I'll hook up with you. Well, what an absolutely gorgeous winter wonderland this is. Absolutely amazing. Just so nice. Just absolutely love it. I'll turn it around and let you see camp just now as well. So there's the kitchen. And there's the main project. It's so nice seeing the structure actually starting to come up. I've sort of thought about this, planned it, drawn it, done so much work on it for ages. So it's actually really nice seeing it starting to come up. But let's get cracking and we'll get the next level on. So what I'm going to do at the moment is I'm just going to peg each individual corner in just to sort of give a bit of rigidity, and then it's just going to be a case of repeat. So a lot of what I did yesterday, you're going to see it again. So sorry for the poor audio. The GoPro is really struggling in this temperatures. So I think at the moment it's -4 and it just keeps stalling. So I'm going to shoot some of it with my phone just now and do as much as I can just now on it, and I might have to sort of abandon it and try and come up with another plan. But basically one of the things I was talking about yesterday was the fact that I was wanting to try and put a swivel door in. Now, from the point of view of what I was hoping to do was drill a Scotch auger hole here, and then on the roof beam, I'm going to use the same thing again. And hopefully that will actually, in the pole that I'm going to have up, I'll just actually drill holes in either ends, and hopefully that will create the swivel. But it's all about weight, so I need to sort of play around with it and play around with the idea. Now, one of the things I was looking at was really what I'm wanting to do, and I think I sort of said it in the previous video, was I want to use everything that I had on the last shelter. So I'm going to be using the moss, I'm going to be using the roof poles and roof beams. So I really do like recycling. So basically I've got a few poles there that I'm going to be testing out just to sort of see if it's going to work. But to start off with, let's get the Scotch auger hole done. Okay, so that'll be deep enough there, and then I'll have the two beams for the roof. Right, let's see if we can get one more layer done. Okay, so let's recap what we've done. So I'm up to the 3rd level, and basically we've got the peg drilled for the swivel door, and then the 2 holes dug for the roof beam, and it looks absolutely brilliant. So that has been absolutely epic. That's been really, really enjoyable. But again, I do apologise about the audio. I said the GoPro's just not played ball at all today, nor the drone. But it is -5 degrees, so that's probably why. But that's been an absolutely epic trip. Really, really enjoyable. So hopefully you've enjoyed it. I can't wait to get back out again and put another sort of few layers on there as well. But as I said, it's looking really, really good and super excited about it. So thanks very much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.